Hello, good day to you all. Welcome to everybody who is joining us on this daily antidote of song, a song every day from all over the globe. This is day 2136. Uh, Consecutive days of song. We are celebrating this week love. We are celebrating justice and resistance. And we are also celebrating, for those of you who are in the US, Black History Month. So welcome to those joining us in the Zoom room. Welcome to those joining us on the live stream. Hello, folks. And I'm really, really delighted to be introducing you today a dear friend of mine, Mumba Yachi, all the way from Zambia. I mean, there's no all the way anywhere, right? Because I'm joining you all the way from Oxford. My name is Namvula. It's a pleasure to be back in the room. Mumba, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing fine.
Very, very nice for you to join us. Are you in Lusaka? Are you joining us from Lusaka today?
Yeah, I'm joining you from Lusaka, live from Lusaka, broadcasting.
We're really looking forward to singing with you today. And do you want to tell us what song you're going to be singing with us first and teach us the little section that you would like us to sing with you? And then we'll talk about the song in a little while.
Okay, sure. So, the song we are going to do today is titled Dimumi, meaning I am alive. I am alive the African way. So now, Namvula, you have done a lot of musicology, so you can give us the tempo of this song. You can describe the tempo of this song. So it goes like this. You see? It's something like this. So this is the tempo of the song. So now it goes. Dimumi, dimumi nebo lele. Dimumi nebo lele. Dimumi the African way. Dimumi the African way. Dimumi nebo lele. Dimumi nebo lele. Dimumi the African way. Dimumi the African way. So now, when I sing something like that, we are going to sing in unison. When I say Ndimumi, and then you reply, you answer back, you say the African way. Dimumi, the African way. Dimumi, the African way. So that's how the song is practically all about. I can do other things in between, but it is a call response. You are just going to get it as the African way. Yeah.
Thanks, Mumba. Do you want to take us away? It's sounding great already, and I can't wait to dive in with you. I'm seeing lots of happy faces and excited, excited energies in the
Yeah.
room, ready to sing with
Yeah.
you.
Sure.
When you're ready, take us away.
Okay, sure. So, two. The mummy never lele. The mummy never lele. The mummy African way. The mummy African way. The mummy never lele. The mummy never mayo. The mummy, the mummy, the mummy, the mummy, the mummy. Kalisha wangu mamwani. The mummy, African way. The mummy, 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 the mummy. Kalisha wangu mamwani chava kuna wiche boko. The mummy, the African way. The mummy, the African way. The mummy never mayo. The mummy never bambaya. The mummy never bambaya. The mummy, the mummy, the African way. the mummy, the African way. Kalisha wangu mamwandi chaba kuno wiche boko. 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 Achaba kuno wiche boko. Achaba kuno wiche boko. Achaba kuno wiche boko. Achaba kuno wiche boko. The mummy, the mummy, the African way. The mummy, the mummy never yo. Ah, 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 ah. Kalisha wangu mamwandi chaba kuna wicha boko. Kalisha wangu mamwandi chaba kuna wicha boko. Chaba kuna wicha boko. Chaba kuna wicha boko. The mummy, African way. The mummy, the African way. The mummy, the African way. The mummy never mayo. The mummy, the African way. Hey.
Wonderful, Mumba. You know, I love being in the presence of you because your energy is just so infectious and you just come
Thank you.
with this blaze of sunshine. I know it's dark there.
Yes,
It's
yes,
nighttime already. The bats are out, the dogs are out barking, but you just
exactly.
see the sun wherever you go. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for bringing, even though you didn't have the band with you, and you don't have the
Yes,
drums with you, we can still feel them somewhere in pulsing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so we're still able to dance even without all the rest, just with your voice. So thank you so much for that. Do you want to tell us a bit about why you chose this song, what this song means to you? I know this song already, but maybe
Mm.
what this song means to you and what this song means to other people that you have spoken to about this.
Yeah, you know, it is also the same thing if I come back to your question earlier, because it is almost the same thing whereby literally the song is saying, I am alive in the African way because the world outside sometimes they have another picture of Africa where the usual picture of Africa is always that famine, that war, refugees, displacement, you know, those kind of calamities here and there in Africa. But Africa is not always about that. Africa, there are also a lot of good things happening in Africa. A lot of good food, good music, feeling good, sunshine. There are a lot of beautiful things happening in Africa. So in this song, I wanted to talk about things like that. I wanted to talk about there is more to Africa. There is also, you know, joy, parties, celebrations. So that's a key message of this song.
Yeah, and thanks for reminding us that because, you know, it's like we can get quite overwhelmed with what we see in the news, regardless of which news you're consuming, you know, and it can
Yeah,
make you feel as though that is all that's happening, that the world is just breaking and falling apart. And
yeah,
actually, we need to remember that there is a lot of community and there's a lot of vibrancy and there's a lot of music and there's a lot of gatherings. And even when people are struggling and striving and there's strife and you know there might be rainstorms or there might be tragedies, people still find ways to gather and find beauty in the small things.
yeah,
And
true.
I know I checked with you beforehand, Mumba, but I think you're a walking example of somebody who has been through a very like difficult period of your
Yeah,
life and
yeah, sure.
you are able to beam joy despite what you have been through. So for those of you, I think no one here apart from me will know this, what I'm referring to. Maybe you can talk just in very, very brief about what I'm referring to, because I think it will touch especially people in America who are going through the detentions with ICE and who are witnessing that, to say, okay, but there's still hope on the other side. Like, people go through tremendous hardships, but they're still able to say, hey, I'm going to walk my way and bring, vibe and groove and sunshine into other people's lives. So can you just tell us a little bit about your own story?
Oh yeah, so I would love to know more about what is happening in America. Though I saw the performance of the Super Bowl where they were referencing about what is really happening in there. But talking about myself, I think this. It's an issue of borders, like African borders, and where do you belong? You belong in which country? Personally, talking about myself personally, the issue that happened was my parents came from here and then they settled in the Congo long time ago. And then we were being born at the border. Congolese side, Zambian side for us has always been something, it was always something so natural. So we didn't even, personally, I didn't even had an idea to say which IDs do I need, you know, because Zambia, growing up in Congo, for me it was like one thing. I never really paid even attention to all those things, to what the issue of identity came. So when I started doing my music career, that time came when I needed identities, like IDs, like registration cards and stuff. That's how my uncle from Mufulira, which is a town in Zambia, my uncle said, my uncle is actually my mother's elder brother, Mr. Francis Mumba. So he's the one who said, come home, come to Mufulira, I give you your identity card. That's how I went. We did the cards, and then even after maybe living with those cards, maybe after 7 years, 8 years, yeah, 8 years. That's how the issue now of that's how the issue rose. Is either Mumba Yachi Congolese or Zambian? You know, that's how when they were doing all those verification, they had to arrest me first. They took me to prison, and I can't talk much about what I saw in prison. You can just imagine. It's very, very terrible things, especially when we talk about our countries in Africa. Oh yeah, that's the bad part about Africa and stuff. The prisons were not too good. Anyway, so now when I was taken there, they remained to do the investigations to find out who I was. So they went to see my uncle, now the one who gave me the papers. They confirmed with him, and then because now the issue became a little bit more, how can I say it? It escalated to a very higher level whereby it was now an issue of the people that have arrested you don't want to fail in the quest in that case in court,
Yeah, it became quite
So,
political, didn't it? And
yeah,
it took quite a
yeah,
long time to resolve.
exactly. So that's how it was. So it became at the point where they said, no, you know what, you can't make the government lose. You can't make, so it became those kind of stories. That's how we had to cut them short as well, whereby I had to accept the deportation. So I had to be deported back to Congo. And then when I went back to Congo, I reached Congo also. I didn't have identifications also to prove that you are Congolese. And then also in Congo, I had to be taken to prison again in the Congo. They said, we don't know if you are Zambian or Congolese or Rwandese or so so
Yeah,
so
so for us friends of Mumba who didn't know, and the good thing is, he had people advocating and fighting on his behalf really hard, and we were
yes,
worried because we didn't know, that's the problem with these kind of governments. The same thing with I think what I sense is happening in America, where human beings become political tools and become
yeah,
political,
they become
and people
true.
don't people are trying to make a point, and then the
Mhm.
person, the human being, becomes the collateral damage because
Exactly.
in a higher position needs to make a point, and no one wants to. And what's interesting about where Mumba comes from is that literally the town is split in two. One side is
Yeah.
Congo, one side
Mhm.
is Zambia. So it was a
Yes.
colonial, because the colonizers came. They just drew a line in the map.
Like
This this town is split into. Maybe your cousin has been born on that side and is Congolese,
yes.
and you have been born on this side and you're a Zambian. So this is the kind of nonsensical. I think this is when borders really, you start to see how nonsensical they are in many ways, where they are political, and they are purely lines that somebody at some point has drawn and said, well, this is my turf and this is your turf, and for whatever reason it's become extremely important that this is ours and this is yours, and then we
Yes.
otherize. Anyway, Mumba is now on the other side of that. It took a good two years, I think,
No, no,
one and a
taken
half.
a very long time now.
Mm? The
That's
whole
taken a long time now for like
Yeah,
since
the whole
28.
but you were gone for 2 years, I think.
Oh no, yeah, I was gone for a year, a
A
full
year.
year.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was a long time, and I think I bring this up because I just want to really highlight the power of the human spirit,
Yeah.
the human spirit as exemplified by my friend Mumba is
Yes, yes,
strong and resilient, and
yes.
you
I
know
love the word resilient.
yes, and can
Mm.
come through and can use we can use our experiences. We have the ability to use our experiences as human beings in such creative ways to touch other people's hearts, to carry on reminding each other about each other's humanity. And I think this is, I mean, Mumba is a great artist. He's very
Mm.
revered in Zambia, and very beloved by friends and fans alike. Um,
Thank
but also, now he has this additional story that's like, hey, guys, like, we are all humans. We are all just walking this path. And, you have arbitrarily come and said, I'm not from here. I'm not from here. I'm
you.
not from there. So where do I belong? Who am I?
Yes.
And where do I belong? And you realize um, that all of it is politics, really. And if we can
Mm.
just put the politics aside, you know, we can it would be so much better, but that's the ideal. But then we have, people speaking the message. So thank you, Mumba, for sharing your story with us, and thank you for, reminding us that despite the hardship and through the hardship and on the other side of the hardship, that there
Yeah,
are
sure.
so many other things that are beautiful and bountiful, and that we can wake up and dance for.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Mumba, I wonder, I know that you have some things on the horizon. Do you want to share quickly with us what those might be? I think you've got an upcoming album. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, I've got an upcoming project, which is two albums at the same time. They are called Blue and Green. Blue and Green because I'm doing a dedication to our blue is about the mother bodies, the water bodies of Zambia. So I'm singing about all the rivers, all the waterfalls of Zambia, trying to, it's a very ecological album, environmental album. And then the green album is an album talking about the vegetations, the trees of Zambia, trying to put every tree, to give names to call trees by their names, and then try to give people the importance of trees, and then especially also try to advocate against the deforestation. So that's the idea of these concept albums, these two albums at the same time.
Beautiful. And when can we expect them to land in our sonic universes?
Yeah, sure. They'll be done they'll be out in April, on the 11th of April this year.
Great. So anyone who wants to keep an eye out for those ecological water, land, tree inspired,
Exactly.
please follow Mumba on his pages, stay in touch with him. He's active on Instagram, Facebook, so you can keep in
Yeah,
touch with what he's up to.
because it's a very important thing to also let people know that I come from these two countries that I'm proud of. Um, Zambia has got the waterfall, which is the second after the Niagara in Canada. So the one of the beautiful waterfalls in the world, it is in Zambia, So I'm trying to pay homage to that. And then I also, in the Congo is also the forest, which is after the Brazil, the Amazon. It is the Congo forest, which is the biggest in the world. So I come from these two countries that are so rich, So I'm trying to pay tribute to these two countries.
And what's the name of the forest in Congo? And the waterfall is my birthplace, so I'll shout out
Oh yeah,
Mosunya, the thunder, the smoke that
exactly.
thunders is the local name for the Victoria Falls. For any of you who
Mm.
are interested, Mosi Otunya,
Mm.
the smoke that thunders, because you can see the mist from far. So that's my birthplace. And what's the name of the forest? In case people want to look it up, Mumba.
No, that one in the Congo is just called the equatorial forest because there's the equator line passing there. So they just call it the equatorial forest.
Beautiful. Thanks, Mumba. And
Mm.
do you want to tell us now about what song you're going to sing for us next and what
Yes,
bit we should join you with?
exactly. So the second song is titled Ubowa, which means mushrooms. So mushrooms, the chorus you are going to answer after me to I'm going to give it's a co-response again. When I say Awe Busuma, you reply Busuma. Bumfika kwanti chikanda Busuma. So it's a very simple. These are we call them Kalindula music. It's a very simple kind of rhythm. So
So just tell us the word once more that you want us to, just in case.
exactly. So Busuma, you write Busuma.
Perfect.
Mm.
So will you just show us where we join you?
Yeah, sure. So when you hear me say Awe Busuma, you reply Busuma. Just that. So Busuma means it's nice. So Busuma. It is nice. That mushroom is nice.
And maybe we should explain that our mushrooms are quite specific. So we've got mushroom season
Exactly.
where we have these little orange and red mushrooms that are
Mm-hmm.
particularly delicious, and brown ones, and then enormous white ones that the truck
You
drivers
know,
drive down from the northern part of
yes,
the country in front of their trucks. They have them huge ones like this. So
yeah,
mushrooms are kind of a speciality in a very particular short part of the year after the rain.
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. So personally, I love mushrooms a lot. And then I love seasonal things a lot. So in this song, actually, I'm just praising how mushrooms sometimes it can taste like meat, tastes so nice.
So take us away. We'll join in with you, Mumba. Thank you so much.
Okay. Ubowa, 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 yeah. Tebonse buliwa n'abantu, ubuliwa n'abantu tebonse bumoneka, Bumbi bula shala mumpanga, bumbi bula bafye kunuma ya chulu, awe busuma, busuma, bumfika kwati ninama, busuma, bumfika kwati chikanda, busuma, bumfika kwati kalembula, busuma, bumfika kwati nimboa, busuma, ubo maipikila munongo. Nabafye kwati ubulano, nabusha abantu nebo lyonse, komane mwine yenshabuka, alishali nafye pamupende, nebo yame. Ubowa ye, te bonse buliwa na bantu, ubuliwa na bantu te bonse bumoneka, umbi bulabafye kutalisana, umbi bulabafye kunuma ya chulu, awe busuma, busuma, bumfika kwati ninama, busuma, bumfika kwati nimboa, busuma, bumfika kwati chikanda, busuma, bumfika kwati ninkoko, busuma, bumfika kwati ninama, busuma, uyo vaipikila munongo. Kwamule chite mwiko ndichi wele wele nebo. Kwamule chite mwiko ndichi wele wele nebo. Kwamule chite mwiko ndichi wele wele nebo. Kwamule chite mwiko nebo. Mama. Kwamule chite mwiko nebo. Mama. Oh, ubowa yeah. Te bonse buliwa na bantu, ubuliwa na bantu te bonse bumoneka, bumbi bulabafye kutalisana, awe busuma, busuma, bumfika kwati ninama, busuma, bumfika kwati chikanda, busuma, bumfika kwati kalembula, bumfika kwati nimboa, bumfika kwati ninama, bumfika kwati chikanda, awe mayo shana iwe, awe mayo tulangia amasha, awe wemayo tulangia amasha, yo vaipikila munongo.
Thank you. You've left me very hungry. He was naming some of my favorite foods in that
Yeah.
song. So it's left me feeling very hungry and very ready for dinner. Mumba, thank you so much for joining us today. I see a lot of love flowing up from the screen. I see a lot of people were dancing along, people singing along. So thank you for bringing your joyous energy and your beautiful songs. Please keep an eye out on Mumba's pages if you want to stay in touch with what he's doing. Before we go and say our final thank yous and farewells, Joe is just going to pull up the flyer and tell us who is coming up next this week.
Thank you so much, Namvula, for beautiful hosting. And thank you so much, Mumba. This has been just such an amazing, inspiring journey today. I'm so happy to be making this connection with you and all of us in this room. I can feel the delight of everyone in here to be able to share this space with you. So a big thank you to Mumba Yachi for joining us today and opening up our Love, Justice, and Black History Week. Can't wait for those ecological albums to come out so I can hear more of what you're working on. Tomorrow we're going to be singing with Kim Harris out of California. The next day, Alistair Mook coming in out of Massachusetts. Matt Watroba coming in out of Detroit, Michigan on Thursday. Friday, Charlie King out of Massachusetts. Melanie Demore singing about love on Valentine's Day out of California. And on Sunday, Gavin Mendonca coming in out of New York. Gavin and Mumba, both new to us this week. Tossing it back to you, Namvula. Can we all please give it up again for Mumba? That was just ridiculously amazing. Thank you, Mumba.
Next time, I was trying to get him to come with his guitar, so next time I'm gonna hold him because he's also a wonderful guitarist. So next time I'm gonna hold you to come with the guitar so that you can sing and play at the same time. Please, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're joining us from, please let us say thank you to Mumba once more. Extend our gratitude from wherever in the world you might be joining us from. Thank you, Mumba. And we're going to say farewell to those of us who were joining us on the live stream, YouTube and Facebook. See you tomorrow for another Daily Antidote.